This is big time. This is big time. Is this working? Can you hear me? Good. All right. Today's video is going to be why you need to defund Temple University, Black leadership at its finest. I'm going to try to hold my comments till the end. We're going to do a little thing called show, don't tell. All right. You have to excuse me with the videos. They're a little, when I try to share the screen share, it's a little difficult sometimes. So I'll have to search for it, then pull it up. But here we go. So this was made a couple years ago, a kid on TikTok, and of course everybody was offended. And I'll try not to talk for all the violent videos. Try to save it for the end, but can't guarantee it. Here we go. Thank you, ads.
Outrage. His viral video post on a social media app has offended an entire community. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Davis joins us from North Philadelphia tonight. Kimberly?
Yuki, we received mixed responses from students here at Temple University, but one thing is clear. University officials tell us the man in that video does not represent what Temple stands for.
The ghetto. The ghetto.
This is the video that has outraged the Temple University community. It's been viewed thousands of times and it's currently circulating on social media, even though the video has been deleted from TikTok.
That's rude to the residents that live there, and yeah, I just don't think that should have been posted.
That's exactly how Temple University feels. A university spokesperson tells me that student does not represent the college and the situation is being handled. We're told he was recently selected to be a Temple ambassador, but that offer has been rescinded. Students we spoke with had mixed reactions.
It's offensive because
because he told the truth, he was canceled by this college.
a lot of people live around here. I mean, to call somewhere 2 blocks the ghetto that's someone's home is kind of offensive in itself.
This neighborhood, I wouldn't say like ghetto, like he said, but it is like true that it is not that wealthy, like developed it.
A student visiting from another university believes Temple made the right decision.
Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, and you got to respect the community you live in, and that's pretty disrespectful.
A university spokesperson tells me the man in that video is a current student, but would not provide additional information.
All right. So a kid was an ambassador at the school. He made a video. And everybody said, all the students that they interviewed, wah, my fifis. That's not the way it is. All right. So now I'm going to present the receipts. Just give me a sec because I got to go through a bunch of videos. Now, this one I can't even play because the girl in this video was sexually assaulted. Her argument is because Temple doesn't allow her Second Amendment right, she wasn't even given the opportunity or the chance to defend herself. And again, I find it interesting they won't tell us who did it. And she even states the obvious, which is just having it isn't enough. That doesn't automatically mean you're safe. But I wish I had it. So I can't play her video because saying that word, the R word, can get my channel a strike. Next video.
Search is on for a suspect seen on camera firebombing a North Philadelphia apartment near Temple University, and several students were inside of that apartment at the time. With more on the story, let's head out now to Eyewitness News reporter Ross DiMattei, live on campus with the latest details there. Scary, Ross. Good morning.
Yeah, really scary situation. Good morning to you, Janelle. You're absolutely right. We are on campus just outside of Temple Police's headquarters. This incident, though, actually happened a little more than 2 weeks ago just off campus, but some newly released surveillance video is giving us a better look at that perpetrator and how they put several students' lives in danger. So let's get right to that video. There were actually several doorbell cameras capturing the arsonist in the act here. From this new head-on angle, you can see the perp lighting something on fire and then throwing a blunt object through some glass on the front of a home, presumably a window or a door. And then the suspect tosses the flaming firebomb into the home before taking off down the street. Another angle reveals that the perp actually came out of the house next door to commit that crime. We are told several students were inside the apartment where that firebomb was dropped at the time when it happened. It happened on Cleveland Street, right near Nora Street, which is just a little west of campus. And Temple University has now released a statement about the incident. It reads in part, quote, "We are immensely grateful that no students were injured during this incident, and we encourage all members of the Temple community to remain vigilant," end quote. This case has now been transferred to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, but
Yeah, the college always has some kind of nice touchy-feely bullshit to say. Let me pull up the next one. Here it is. Sorry for the wait.
And back here in this country, 4 teenagers are under arrest in Philadelphia after a string of random attacks on the campus of Temple University. Surveillance video showing there a mob of up to 200 people assaulting and robbing students after they couldn't get into a local theater on Friday.
So 200 kids were beating up students, but they were only able to get 4. Next.
I'm Yuki Washington.
And I am Jessica Dean. The Temple.
You're leaving me for NJM?
Yes.
They don't even have a mascot.
That's kind of the point. Recovery from addiction is.
Sorry about the ads. Nothing really I can do.
Jessica Dean, the Temple University student was walking to his car when this attack happened. David Spun has more on his story and what school officials are doing to keep students safe. David.
He is 20 years old. He was leaving class last week, minding his own business about 8:30 at night when somebody hit him in the head with a pipe 3 times. He is lucky to be alive tonight.
I'd probably just ask why. You know, they didn't take anything from me. They just beat me. So I would just say why.
He may not look like it, but Temple junior Eli Glovis Kurtz is still recovering from multiple head wounds after he says a group of teens attacked him last week at 12th and Oxford, just a block from Temple's campus. We met him where he was attacked, an area he knows well.
I thought it was kind of surreal.
He says the teens wasted no time.
The taller kid among the 4 turned to my side and just punched me in the back of the head.
Glovis Kurtz says it happened at 8:30 in the evening as he walked toward his car. After the punch, he was hit 3 times in the head with a pipe. He fell to the ground, but he was still conscious. He got the attention of a security guard who called an ambulance.
After they went away, I just said, thank you so much for being here, because if you weren't, then I would have been as good as dead. You know, I feel like who knows what would have happened if no one was there.
A police source tells Eyewitness News detectives are looking for witnesses or any surveillance video that may exist. About an hour later, a homeless man was attacked near campus. Detectives believe the same teens are responsible. We spotted authorities out on campus Wednesday night, making sure students stayed safe.
But they didn't prevent the pipe attack or the hobo from getting attacked. Next. Just give me one sec. I got a lot of videos here. So we'll go to the next one. All right, we're just going to pick some.
Everyone, I'm UQ1.
And I'm Jessica Cartalia. We begin at 5 with a CBS 3 exclusive. A Temple student is opening up about a terrifying incident near campus.
A man pointed a gun.
Winners.
I hate you, YouTube.
At his chest, demanding his phone and more. This is just one of 2 armed holdups that have happened near Temple over the past week.
Eyewitness News reporter Matt Petrillo is in North Philadelphia with why this victim says he's afraid for other students. Matt?
Justin Yuki, that's right. You know, it is finals week here at Temple, and that student I spoke with tells me instead of focusing on his studying and worrying about getting good grades, he is worried about his safety.
It's hard to go to class when you're in fear of safety.
A Temple University sophomore who wants to remain anonymous says a man approached him and his 2 friends along the 1600 block of West Burke Street and demanded they empty their pockets. It happened just after midnight Sunday morning as the students were headed home from a friend's house.
My heart rate is pumping. Like, I don't really know how to act. I'm just telling him, like, you know, you can, like, calm down. It's like, you can have my stuff. Just don't shoot me.
The student says the suspect wanted cash, but the 3 students didn't have their wallets on them. The suspect then changed his tone.
After that, he put the gun away and he said, don't worry. Like, you guys need to calm down. I'm not going to shoot you or harm you or anything. And then he was talking to us about, like, I don't even know, like, just how he was trying to do it for his family and, like, try to provide and things like that. He just said, you know, like, college students are an easy target.
Police are also investigating a separate...
I wonder why.
...incident that happened on the 1800 block of North Willington Street just a few days earlier Thursday night. In that incident, an armed suspect took 2 Temple students' wallets. Police say that armed robbery is around the corner from the attempted armed robbery Sunday night and could be connected. Temple's vice president wrote in an email to students saying, quote, the Philadelphia Police Department's Central Detective Division is leading the investigation to see if there are any linkages between the crimes.
It's a little scary, especially because, you know, you never know when it could happen again.
And that student also tells me he wants to see action from the university, like more patrolling. He also wants Temple University to expand its police patrol range.
So more police. Do a couple more. I have a lot, but I also want to get into... So I want to show what's been happening to Temple students, and then I want to show their response, basically. There's another one.
We're following a developing story today. It was a terrifying morning for several Temple University students in North Philadelphia. Police tell Action News armed robbers woke the students and locked.
Fascinating. These videos have like 300 views, but they still get an ad. Unbelievable.
In the basement of their apartment building. Action News reporter Maggie Kent joining us live near the scene with more on what we're learning right now. Maggie.
Brian, we just spoke to some of those students who just got back here to their off-campus housing after they were being interviewed by police. They described this harrowing ordeal. They said they were woken up by two men with guns, forced into the basement and locked in there. Their cell phones, their debit cards, even car keys stolen as the men ransacked the house. A terrifying ordeal for them. This morning, you could see detectives bringing all 11 people. There are 6 residents in this home, 3 boyfriends and 2 female friends that were staying over the night. They described these 2 men coming in, knocking on the door. One of the roommates let them in because they seemed to be young men. They thought they knew someone inside, but they just
So some dumb bitch let in 2 people with hoodies and pusheisty masks that they didn't know. You're a dumb bitch.
described learning that these 2 men were not in the right location because the robbers kept asking them, where are the drugs? Where are the drugs? They apparently were told that this was a house where they could find drugs and possibly money, and that was not the case here. All 11 people locked inside the basement as the 2 robbers asked them for their PIN numbers, their car keys, any kind of cell phones. And this is what the girls had to say.
I think the sad part is like we all talked in the room, like we all realized that once like they came in the room, like everyone kind of was just like, oh, it's our time now. Like you hear about it
and you never think it's gonna happen to you, and when it's like a shock. I mean, we were just like all woken up. Like there was a guy with a gun, and he came into a couple of our rooms, and then he made like one of us go and wake up the rest of the roommates like with the guy with the gun, and then we were all like kept in the same room together for over an hour. They were there.
So a bunch of women. And again, who let them in? I think we'll do 2 more. Just give me a sec. I gotta find it here. Here's another one.
It is Wednesday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is the arrest of a 17-year-old for the murder of a Temple University student, and charges were levied today against 2 suspects in the murder.
Hi, I'm Gina Gann.
14-year-old boy in Feltonville. Action News reporter Katie Cantro is live at police headquarters tonight. Katie, the wheels of justice are turning swiftly.
They absolutely are, Jim. The person that police have accused of murdering that Temple University student turned himself into police tonight with his lawyer by his side. His lawyer telling Action News they're now conducting their own investigation. They're urging people not to jump to any conclusions, and he says an arrest is merely an arrest.
These are 2 recent horrific acts of violence.
Tonight, the teenager wanted for the murder of Temple University student Samuel Collington surrenders. Authorities say 17-year-old Latif.
Oh! No way. I can't believe it.
Williams turned himself into police. Officers believe Williams shot and killed Collington Sunday during an attempted robbery near Temple's campus on the 2200 block of North Park Avenue. The Philadelphia District Attorney's Office confirms Williams has a criminal past. They say he was arrested and charged with carjacking someone at gunpoint over the summer. A spokesperson tells Action News no one was injured and adds a key witness did not appear in court and charges were dropped. Police plan to hold Williams accountable.
Yeah, we're going to charge him with the additional carjacking.
On Monday afternoon, authorities.
Oh, that's good. Look at all. Good job, police. Well, that was very important to tell me. Please tell the parents. Please tell the parents. I'm sure they really cared because now that their son's dead. Don't worry. The guy who killed their son, we're also going to charge him with an additional carjacking. These are the people supposed to protect us.
Authorities say 14-year-old Samir Jefferson was shot at least 18 times throughout his body while he was waiting to take a bus home from school. Police believe the gunmen fired approximately 35 shots at him.
Execution style, based on my understanding of the scene.
The DA's office has now charged
He was shot 18 times.
Two 21-year-olds, Kadir Johnson and Kyer Garnett, with the murder of the teen in Feltonville on the 100 block of West Wyoming Avenue. However, they are still looking for 3 more people, and there's no motive at this time. Police say they're seeing a surge in crimes involving young people. While Temple University has revealed plans to increase security, some students say they're waiting to see if crime will decrease.
It's just a matter of, does it work?
Not sure if this is actually going to change anything. I hope it does.
All right, 2 more videos as evidence. I know which ones I want to show. And again, I have more. I have plenty. It's just I only have so much time. Here's one I want to show.
Grant Saunders was still in the hospital when we interviewed him a couple of days ago. He's home now, but he is hoping that police can catch the 4 people who did this to him in broad daylight at 15th and Jefferson.
Now, I want to make this point here. You keep hearing in the news, people, teens, men, assailants. They must even coach the students on what to say. I think they coach the students on what to say too. But you'll see in this video, there's no denying it.
4 guys almost hit me on my skateboard, jumped out of the car, and it almost immediately surrounded me and started jumping me. I didn't really stand much chance against 4 people.
Those 4 men seen here on police crime cameras broke his leg, shattered his ankle.
Honestly, I thought I was going to die at that point.
And just left him there, robbed him, and spent his money. The first stop was Popeyes, just a few blocks away. Grant couldn't really see them as they were wearing masks, but
Right. So you see that? Wearing masks right
witnessed
here.
the entire thing.
Right here. Now, I disagree. If he had a gun and he defended himself by pouring hollow points into 1 or 2 of these motherfuckers, he would have had a chance. But you see right here on camera, black. 4 black teens. 4 black men. He's on camera. He took his mask off, for Christ's sakes. And why can't the kid say 4 black guys jumped me? Why can't he say that? Is he coached by the news?
They saw the incident, and as soon as the people who jumped me drove away, they got out of the car and immediately picked me up.
And they took you to the hospital?
Yes, just out of the kindness of their hearts, which I'm grateful for.
The students also called his family in North Jersey.
Nobody deserves to send their kids to college and, and then have these phone calls. It's not fair. Nobody should have to deal with this.
Diane DiAgostino couldn't rush to the hospital because of COVID.
I know that it's very hard not being able to hold his hand and tell him, I love him. He had to go into the surgery and by himself.
I'm happy that she's safe at home.
Grant was discharged shortly after we did this interview. He is home now and starting 5 long months of rehab.
Let me stop. They broke his ankle and they broke his shin bone. And then they went and got Popeyes. One more video for the evidence, for the receipts. Hang on. One more.
Concerns extend to cities' college campuses as well. Parents who send their kids to college may expect to help them with tuition, books, and rent. But as Eyewitness News reporter Matt Petrillo reports, a group of Temple University parents are now paying for their children's private security.
Well, private security isn't cheap. The mother who's organizing it here at Temple says it's costing more than $1,000 a month.
My husband and I put our heads together and thought, what can we do right now?
Jennifer Hedberg sent her son to Temple University.
You could remove your son from a war zone where the black community is.
to study industrial systems engineering, but she says fears of her son's safety have grown since another student, Sam Collington, was shot and killed near campus last year.
He has definitely felt an increase in anxiety and stress about safety.
So she and a small group of parents have now hired JNS Protection Services. The private security company now patrols by car.
Are they carrying? That's my main question. Are they carrying?
This area is clear.
And by foot 5 days a week through the end of the semester. If there's an issue, Temple Police is called.
We're there to help. We're there to.
Who is this fat bitch gonna protect? You can't even stand up fast. Oh, man. More black people taking the white community's money. Unbelievable.
Hopefully work together with them so that the crime can cease.
I don't pay for hopefully. I pay for you to waste with lethal force anybody who threatens the life of my children. I don't pay for hopefully.
JNS's patrol area stretches from Diamond to Burke Streets between 15th and 19th. Temple's own campus safety patrols most of the same area as well. And Temple is also working to hire more officers, but parents like Hedberg didn't want to wait.
They're hiring, they're vetting these new candidates, they're training these new candidates, but that takes a lot of time. But we have the need right now.
And the mother who's organizing that private security here at Temple says she has about 10 parents pitching in to help with costs.
Right. So in other words, it's not coming from the university. Okay. So let's recap a little bit. I showed you a video of a kid who made a TikTok video about Temple being in the ghetto, and they got a bunch of pussy-ass students. Oh, that's mean. People live here. Okay, and now I just showed you a bunch of evidence of students who have been attacked, killed, raped, robbed at gunpoint, carjacked, and beaten by blacks. Okay? Now, it's gotten so bad that Temple's finally doing something about it. Give me a sec to find the video. This was 8 months ago. Trying to tell a story here. I'm trying to show you how dangerous it is, and I'm trying to show you the useless response by Temple University. And someone's going to say, big time, what's the answer? I have the answer. I know the answer. You just aren't going to like it.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, Temple students, they're pretty concerned about this. I mean, there are already reports that Temple police are short-staffed, and now they're without a leader. This after Charles Leon made a statement yesterday announcing his retirement. Take a look. So here's what he said. He says it's bittersweet for him to leave now, but I know campus safety is in much stronger position today than it is. The right time for me personally to step aside and enable a new leader to build the department strategy for the future. Now, the director of public safety, he is stepping down in 5 weeks. Leon has worked with Temple for 36 years. The university says that there has been some talk with him about retiring for a while. The concern is it's happening, though, when Temple's seeing an increase in crime and is supposed to be taking steps to increase campus safety. So just last Friday night, police say a teenage boy shot 2 women. And last November, Temple student Sean Collington was shot and killed during an attempted robbery. Both incidents happened near the North Philly campus. Temple University Police Association, they recently tweeted that it is factually untrue. Temple University has doubled patrols, writing 2 new police officers have been hired, but adding that others have resigned. The union also wrote the university has provided solutions to tackle crime, but not given its own police department any additional resources, which is what has some students concerned.
There have been claims that Temple has made their policing staff bigger and in partnership with the Philadelphia Police Department, and I'm all for that, but given that they have not been as completely truthful in their statements, it honestly makes me wonder where their head's at.
Meanwhile, Temple student government says that they're sad to learn that he's stepping down since they know his integrity and empathy from working with him throughout the year. And we do know that Temple University, they are underway with their search for his replacement. I'm Miguel Martinez Valle, NBC 10 News.
So that student doesn't feel
I'd like to
safe.
thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize.
So that was 8 months ago. So this is 3 months ago now, when students were coming back, and they interviewed a family who live out near my neck of the woods. Let me find the video. Here we go.
These students are headed back to campus, and top of mind for students and parents is safety. It's been an issue at Temple University.
Top of mind. Have you heard that phrase before? Top of mind. That's an interesting phrase.
Recently, but the school community says it's ready for the new year. Chris, you're a Temple grad, and being
Boy, this left-leaning media just sucks the Democrats' dick, don't they? They just suck the Democrat dick. Jesus.
on campus as students head back in and move in has to bring back memories.
Yeah, it does, Jason. Actually, tens of thousands of students will be headed back to campus here at Temple University for the fall semester. But in a city plagued with gun violence, I spoke with many parents who say it.
Gun violence. Not black people committing all the violence. Gun violence.
It's not just education, but the safety of their children, their number one concern. Move-in day at Temple University. Excitement, nerves, and lots of teary-eyed parents.
I told them it's the hardest goodbye we've had.
Getting his last hugs from mom and dad, Temple freshman Alec Aiken is from Amish country of Lancaster County. Tonight, he'll spend his first night in North Philly. His parents say their main concern about sending their son here was safety.
I didn't want him coming here. I was very concerned.
Well, I don't consider him to be street savvy. In Lancaster County, you don't really need to be. So, he needs to be aware of his surroundings, and that's probably the biggest thing.
Campus.
Okay, so these parents don't deserve to be in charge of their son. What you just said was, we come from a place with no black crime, but we need to send our son to a place with black crime so he learns about street smarts. We're also going to send him to a university where girls are not allowed to carry mace. You failed your son.
Safety has always been a hot button at Temple, especially after the shooting death of Temple student Sam Collington in a botched robbery last fall.
It's kind of a stigma around the safety around here. Like, whenever I've been here, the campus has been perfectly safe. Never had any issues with it.
Rising violence
Never had any issues. Yeah, right. Okay. You're stupid too.
Concerns forced the university to create a new position of vice president for public safety.
Oh, shit. Oy vey. What are her qualifications about safety? Oh, useless.
Who starts next week. Parents say safety was all part of the college equation.
Anything that has value has risk. So you have to be able to accept the risk to get the value.
You definitely have to walk with a purpose and essentially be on guard.
Michelle Johnson should know. She graduated from Temple. Now she and her husband are moving their son onto campus. Her advice?
I told him it's going to be some of the best years of his life, and that not only will he get a great Temple education, but he'll get an education in life because he's in the great city of Philadelphia.
Yeah, these parents are stupid too. Those parents are stupid too. Then we got the Temple University president speaking out. So let me find that one. Trying to get you all caught up, and then we'll show you the response.
It's homecoming weekend at Temple University, so lots of families taking part in all kinds of activities. But how do parents and students feel knowing another person was shot across from campus? And what's being done to keep everyone safe? It is a concern for many. And Jeff, you took that question to the new school president.
I did. He was inaugurated today. In fact, as Temple University inaugurates a new president, its first black president, in fact, it starts a new time in its history. But as it does, a nagging, old, dangerous problem remains. The enthusiasm was sky high under Temple's clock tower as the cheer squad pumped up fans for Saturday's football game with Rutgers. It's a big weekend for the university as it inaugurates its first.
Wow, these ads really suck. Maybe the algorithm knows that I'm playing too many stories on the same topic. I don't know. So we got our first black president.
First black president and welcomes families on campus for homecoming, but it seems violence is never far away.
I knew that violence would be a part of the experience, but I didn't know that it would happen right outside of my dorm.
It did. Just before 9 last night at the McDonald's lot at Broad.
Wow. Kids really are dumb, huh? The attitude always seems to be, it can't happen to me.
Diamond when two men fired at each other, leaving one hit in the leg. Robert Wood and his wife of Maryland knew of the violence when their freshman son entered a music program, but it's still unnerving.
Good school, and his jazz program is a good program, and so we take the good with the bad, and we kind of understand. We advise our son to be safe.
Philadelphia's spiking gun violence.
What does that mean? Your son to be safe. What does that mean? You sent him to North Philly.
Has spilled onto this campus of nearly 40,000, including the murder of a student during an attempted carjacking last year. The new president at the rally argues the school has tightened its security, including hiring new leadership. Shooting last night at Broad and Diamond. Freshmen in the freshman dorm did hear that. Parents did as well.
Yeah, there's off-campus violence that is happening here at Temple University, and we are partnering with the city to make sure that we are doing everything we can to help them.
Back at the freshman dorm, fear has taken hold.
I'm scared to leave this whole hall.
You're already scared to leave the dorm?
Yes.
Just arrived.
I know. It's terrible.
Fear, an old concern, as Temple starts a new day. Students are safe here.
We are so excited about the community that we have
you believe
here
they're
at Temple
safe
University.
You believe they're safe.
Our campus is doing everything we can.
So he doesn't answer the question. All right. That took 40 minutes. Is everybody caught up? Okay. So here's the response to what Temple University did. Are the students safe? So Temple University, their response to the students and the parents is they open an anti-racism center.
All right, 6:45 now, happening today. Temple University opening its new Center for Anti-Racism. The facility encouraging researchers to come together to educate the public about racial inequity and injustice. A $1 million state grant helped to fund that project. All right, 6:45.
So that's the answer. Temple University's answer to the Black community attacking their students, robbing, raping, carjacking, beating, killing, is to take over $1 million and to open an anti-racism center. This is the center. Plenty of Black representation, right? Plenty of Black representation. And this is what Temple, this is what the Black people and the white people too in charge of Temple, this is what they think is going to solve and protect your children. We have to teach them about racism. No. The kids being killed, well, that's not important. You see, what's more important is We need you to feel sorry about our black failure so you keep giving us money. That's all it is. That's all it is. They got a $1.4 million, no, I'm sorry, $1.3 million state grant. So when the police department, when Temple University's police department says we're having problems hiring people, we're losing cops, Temple takes $1.3 million and builds a fucking anti-racism center. Oh, and don't worry, I have one more. The president of the university, showing that he's down with his people, that he's won, and he's not a sellout. Has decided this is what he's going to do. He's going to be an activist and prove it's not violent.
About to get new neighbors, President Jason Wingard and his family. Temple's president says this is more than just a PR move amid concerns over violence around campus. Action News reporter Corey Davis is live in North Philadelphia with what the president says he is trying to accomplish. Corey.
Hey, Matt, good morning. Yeah, we're told that he's trying to show his further commitment to engaging not only with the 37,000 students here at Temple University, but also the community in those surrounding neighborhoods. Jason Wingard, the president of Temple University, he will be pretty much in the mix of everything. The Leah Cora Center is down the street from his future home. I want to give you a look there at where he's going to be living. We're being told that Wingard will sell his home, which is currently in Chestnut Hill, and then he'll move into a row house on North Carlisle Street, a block off of campus. It's just off of Broad Street between Norris and Diamond Streets and still within Temple University Police Patrol Zone. The university owns the home that Wingard will live in with.
Oh, the university owns the home. Sounds like subsidized housing.
His wife and 13-year-old son. The couple's other 4 children are away at school right now. Wingard will be the first.
And this guy's a failure of a father, too. You're putting your family right in the war zone. You're a fucked up you're a fucked up parent. He's just drinking the Kool-Aid. Okay? Okay.
Temple University president to live this close to campus, rather, even on campus, too, in decades. He said, quote,
Now, my big thing about this university is, do you think this guy, while he's living, oh, listen to this bullshit answer. Listen to this fucking bullshit. Listen to this bullshit answer about how we have to care about the black community's feelings.
Relationships with neighbors, students, faculty, and staff as part of our efforts to demonstrate how Temple can impact the future through authentic engagement.
What does that mean? When I send my kid to a school, I don't give a fuck about making a connection with the community. Okay? If I'm going to school for HVAC, I don't need to learn about slavery or anti-racism. I need to learn how to be an HVAC tech. It's not the student's responsibility to solve black failure in North Philly. Okay? And I said I would provide an answer. So I will provide an answer. Everyone knows what has to happen, but no one is saying it, and it's enough. Okay? I've already covered this. The black community needs the threat of lethal force. Just like this Indian guy at this gas station who owns, 20 gas stations? He hired armed security guards walking around with AR rifles and automatic shotguns. And ever since they've been there for 3 weeks, 0 crime. It takes the threat of lethal force and the capability to use that force to stop your community from being violent. That's what it takes. And everyone's just afraid to say it. It took someone from outside of your community to stop your community. And the last thing I'm going to say is, for all those fucking stupid people, is this the worth? Is diversity worth a dead kid? Why does your kid have to die because of how another group feels, because another group just won't get their fucking shit together. Defund Temple. They don't deserve the money. So anyway, I'm big time. That's news to me.